Martian man like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just a brother for the rapture. I hang glide, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, and today we got major anime spoilers. You read the title correct. Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen has officially been confirmed. Before, it was something I speculated based on the studio information. Now we know for certain Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen is coming in the next couple weeks, but that's not the only thing. We're also getting a very critical moment in the Boruto manga finally being animated in the actual anime, which is Boruto and Team 7 fighting against Boro. And for anime only fans, this is the battle that will change everything. As crazy as Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen is about to be, that Boruto and Team 7 against Boro battle, that is a fight that you are not going to be able to look at the Boruto anime the same forever again. No cap, can't understate that. So as always, gotta give credit over to Organic Dinosaur for translating this content. And I gotta say again, if you've not followed her on Twitter, make sure you give her a follow on Twitter and say thank you. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this amazing news that we have here. So we have episode summaries for episode 203 all the way to episode 206. So if you want to go into the anime unspoiled, then I would recommend clicking off, because these are some pretty detailed promotional blurbs. So for episode 203, which is titled Raid, which is going to be this upcoming Sunday's episode, so it says an unusual phenomenon transpires with Kawaki's karma while he is with Naruto, the 7th Hokage, at the Uzumaki residence. Jigen, the leader of the mysterious organization referred to as Kar, has suddenly appeared before the two of them. Not only are Naruto and Kawaki astonished by this abrupt turn of events, but so is Kashin Koji, a member of Kar who has been secretly monitoring Kawaki. Even though Jigen tries to forcibly bring Kawaki back home with him, Kawaki is reluctant to comply with Jigen's orders. When Naruto witnesses the spectacle unfolding, he then challenges Jigen to a battle in order to protect Kawaki. So that right there, that is the start. That is the start. It's coming. It is coming. This is a huge confirmation. If you guys want to go into this battle fully aware and appreciative of the monumental stakes in this battle, I recommend checking out my video Naruto versus Jigen. Highly recommend that. I'm going to put that in the end credits of this video, so watch all the way to the end and click on that video, because there's a very awesome breakdown on how important this battle is, and there's no spoilers in the actual fight, so don't worry about that. But I like the fact that, you know, we're gonna see Jigen in that iconic moment when Jigen steps into Naruto's home. And this is a different type of a battle right here, because for everything that Naruto's been under, Naruto fought against Delta, and he did so behind the Hokage Tower in the Hokage's personal training ground right next door to the academy. So Naruto had to be a bit restrained. This is different. Jigen is at Naruto's house, the very place where Naruto lays down his head at night when he does go home, the very place where his daughter, his wife, and his son lay down their heads to sleep at night. This is a different fight right here, because essentially Naruto in this situation is in full protection mode at this point because of everything that represents right there. I love that right there. I love that we're finally gonna see this moment right here. So episode 204 has the perfect title. So episode 204 is titled A Dangerous Bastard, and this one's gonna be airing on June 20th. So we're gonna be eating good that day. Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, and then we're potentially gonna be having the Boruto manga chapter that day, unless they push it back another day. I gotta confirm that, but I think the chapter's been pushed back by a day. But this one says that Naruto has been kidnapped and taken away to another dimension because of Jigen's ability. That's key. Uchiha Sasuke then appears in front of them, calling Jigen a dangerous bastard. Sasuke then says that him and Naruto must defeat their enemy here, no matter what it takes. In order to bring down Jigen, Naruto and Sasuke cooperate with one another. A fierce battle then unfolds. That is an understatement. You're about to see some crazy stuff in this one, man. Like, you're gonna see some crazy stuff. People been sleeping on Jigen because of what you saw in the opening with Boruto and Kawaki fighting against Jigen. Keep sleeping on that man. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Keep sleeping on him. However, Jigen takes pride in his high level combat abilities. He uses incomprehensible jutsu, which forces them into a difficult situation. Meanwhile, an unusual event takes place with Boruto's own karma. Having a bad feeling about it, Boruto and Mitsuki quickly return back to Boruto's home. By the time they arrive, Naruto has already been taken away. There, Kawaki is concerned about what just happened to Naruto. In addition, Sasuke's daughter Sarada is also present. I like how they just throw that in there very slowly, like, yeah, Sasuke's daughter happens to be there. So obviously with this one, this is the big knockdown, drag him out fight right here. This is that moment right there to where when you see this fight animated, woo, you guys are in for one hell of a surprise, man. You're in for one hell of a surprise, and I'm gonna tell you again, you really need to go back and pay very close attention to the fact that Jigen in the last episode went up to that Ten Tails, and he didn't just take a little bit of Ten Tails chakra, he took a crap ton of Ten Tails chakra. So on top of how strong he already is in his base, he's also been juiced up on Ten Tails chakra, and he also has the karma ability. And you also saw how his karma allows him to take on the exact appearance of the Otsutsuki that Sasuke saw. Sasuke said himself he looks just like the Otsutsuki that I saw on the hologram. That's something a lot of people miss. Jigen has more than one form. Sasuke saw it. The anime didn't show you the full scene with him actually in the form. You just saw his horn, but Sasuke saw it. Sasuke's telling the audience that he's seen it. So you got Jigen in his base with the Ten Tails chakra absorbed, then you have that version of Jigen with the karma seal, and then you have that version of Jigen that is transformed. You're going to see some absolutely mad stuff in this fight. Again, I cannot understate how strong Jigen is. It's my hope that when we get this episode that they treat it like Team 7 versus Deepa, or best case scenario like something you saw with Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki, where the anime team basically looks at the fight that Ikimoto did and said, okay, that's cool, we're gonna shove all this to the side and we're gonna go crazy on our own. I'm hoping we get more anime original cuts to the actual fight. I didn't mind the fight in the manga, but this is one of those times where this is such a monumental moment right here. I really feel like they need to flesh this fight out a little bit more. That's just me. That's just me right there. So episode 205, which is going to be airing on June 27th, is titled Proof. Now, this is another big episode. So it says that all traces of Naruto, who is the head of the village, have disappeared. In addition, he seems to have vanished alongside the enemy, who suddenly appeared too. With such a dire situation unfolding, the advisor to the Hokage, Shikamaru, brings along some of his subordinates to pay a visit to the Uzumaki residence. Since Shikamaru is unable to rule out that there is some potential likelihood that Kawaki is a spy for Kar, and it seems suspicious for Kawaki to have been right at Naruto's side at the time of his disappearance, he decides to question Kawaki for a while and place him under house arrest within a barrier. However, Boruto and Kawaki speak frankly about the situation at hand. They're offended by Shikamaru's attitude and refuse to comply with his orders. At that moment, Kawaki can sense some chakra that connects himself to Naruto from the leftover prosthetic arm. So that's basically Kawaki saying, I can still sense Naruto's still alive. So I like that you get that bit right there, and I like that you see how Shikamaru right now is essentially stepping in and taking charge, and you're seeing that moment pay off where the anime decides to actually show you the conversation with Shikamaru and Sai, where they're having a conversation and they're basically saying like, look, hey, I know Naruto is very, very naive and very trusting, but he trusts Kawaki, I'm gonna trust him. And Shikamaru's like, yo fam, I don't trust this kid at all. Till you give me some evidence of why I should trust him, I still say this kid should be locked up. And that's the first thing this man does, because he's like, yo, this is all sus right here. Like, if this is Among Us, Kawaki's a traitor. At least that's what he's thinking. So I like that you see that part right there. That's a very key moment right there, because this is one of those times where you see just the difference between Naruto and Shikamaru, and this is actually a really good setup, because I'm gonna try covering the Shikamaru Shinden novel on the channel in July. So this would be a really good segue, because Shikamaru's leadership style and Naruto's leadership style, they're completely different. So moving on to the final episode, which is going to be episode 206, which is going to air on July 4th. Which is so ironic, because essentially you have Team 7's Independence Day, where they get free of Konohamaru, and you have our Independence Day over here in America. Very beautiful. Alright, on the real though, so looking at it right here, Boruto episode 206 is titled The New Team 7, which again is going to be airing on July 4th. 4 people, Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and Kawaki, have finally managed to arrive in the other dimension where Naruto's been abducted to. They achieved this by using a space-time ninjutsu via Boruto and Kawaki's karma. Naruto has been sealed away in a bowl-shaped coffin here. Boro, a member of Kara, has been keeping guard over it while it's been in his possession. In order to save Naruto, Boruto and his comrades go on the offensive in a succession of attacks against Boro. However, they get driven into a corner by Boro, who emits a black haze that makes them lose control over their own bodies. In order to overcome this situation, they temporarily retreat and then start to incorporate Kawaki into the new 4-man team. And so the new Team 7 is formed with Sarada as their leader as they embark on their counter-offensive measures. Woo! I think I know where this episode's gonna end, and I gotta say, the episode after that, fam, you guys ain't ready for that one. You guys ain't ready for that one, man. Like, oh this is a tease right here, fam. This is a tease, man. This is huge. I can't understate this one enough, man. So obviously, Sarada is going to show why people such as myself have been saying for a while that, like, yo, Sarada should have been the one promoted to Chunin. Like, I know she went after Mitsuki and joined with Boruto and didn't go to the subordinates, but when you get information like that, you can't always run up the chain. Sometimes you got to make your decisions right then and there. And the way that she navigates this team through this battle with Boro, I feel like that's enough to show that she's a Chunin. Now, there's some other stuff that happens in this, and it's one of those things to where I personally don't hold against Sarada, but some people have. So overall, we got some amazing stuff getting ready to come to us in the actual anime, fam. Like, obviously, Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen is huge, but you're gonna have about half an episode to a full episode of just dialogue. And when that happens, it's just setting up what's getting ready to happen, which is a huge knockdown, drag 'em out fight with Team 7 against Boro. You guys know how powerful these car members are. You know that they got some really hacks abilities. I will say this to anime only fans, you've already seen Boro's ability in the anime. This black haze, you've already seen it. Go back and watch the actual stuff that takes place in the anime with Boro, and you'll see what that ability is. So my question for you guys is, which fight are you guys most interested in seeing? Let me know down in the comment section below, but as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.